Ken Jennings halts filming and walks off stage after he spots Jeopardy. Legend in audience making surprise appearance. In an unforgettable moment of surprise and excitement, Jeopardy! Host Ken Jennings halted filming vidshow and walked off stage, stunned by a familiar face in the audience, a Jeopardy! Legend, no less. The live studio audience, contestants, and production crew were abuzz, as a hint of confusion turned into wide-eyed recognition. Sitting in the back row, with a modest smile and an air of humble pride, was none other than Alex Trebek's longtime producer, and the one person that could be called the heart and soul of Jeopardy, Harry Friedman. Harry Friedman, who helped transform Jeopardy! Into a global phenomenon, is widely celebrated for his commitment to the show's high standards, rich legacy, and captivating trivia. Known for working tirelessly behind the scenes, he had rarely been seen on screen himself, preferring to let the contestants, the questions, and the host take the spotlight. The audience was shocked but elated by his presence. Even though he retired from his executive producer role a few years back, his spirit, guidance, and wisdom had never truly left the Jeopardy! Studio. Ken, who had worked closely with Harry and considered him a mentor and friend, was visibly stunned. Without missing a beat, he paused the game in the middle of a question, his sharp wit momentarily faltering, and then gestured for the cameras to cut. The room fell silent as he peered out into the audience, squinting as he took in the sight of Friedman, looking happy but somewhat sheepish about the attention. "Is that Harry?" Ken asked, still unable to process what he was seeing. The studio crew seemed just as surprised, as if Friedman's appearance hadn't been planned or coordinated at all. After an astonished murmur rippled through the studio, Ken could no longer hold back his amazement and left his podium, walking down the steps and into the audience to greet the man who had shaped so much of the show's modern identity. The crowd erupted into applause, realizing they were witnessing something extraordinary, a reunion of two key figures from different eras of Jeopardy! With his characteristic charisma, Ken extended his hand, and the two exchanged a heartfelt handshake that lingered as Ken pulled him into a hug. The once calm studio turned into a warm, enthusiastic gathering as everyone, from the staff to the contestants, cheered the unexpected meeting. Harry's humility and gracious smile spoke volumes, his presence a reminder of the show's cherished legacy and the deep relationships it has fostered over decades. Ken, recovering from his initial surprise, addressed the audience. "Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who may not know, this man here," he gestured proudly to Harry, "has been the backbone of Jeopardy! For many, many years. He's responsible for so much of what you see here today. Without him, well, we wouldn't be the show you all know and love." Harry, smiling graciously, waved a hand in modest dismissal. "I'm just here as a fan today," he insisted, though his evident joy at being back in the studio was hard to miss. "Ken's doing a fantastic job up there, and I wouldn't dream of interrupting." But it was clear that the audience didn't mind the interruption one bit. In fact, the energy in the room had reached a new peak, with everyone whispering excitedly about how special this moment felt. Ken and Harry exchanged a few more words, with Ken expressing his admiration and gratitude for all that Harry had done to make Jeopardy! The incredible, enduring program it is today. Ken's own path from contestant to host had been heavily influenced by Harry's work and vision, making the reunion all the more poignant. After the initial excitement subsided, Ken invited Harry to join him on stage for a brief moment. "Harry, since you're here, would you like to say a few words?" he asked, knowing it was an offer Harry might not accept but hoping he'd take the chance to connect with the show's audience one last time. Reluctant at first, Harry agreed and walked down to the stage amid a standing ovation. Once behind the podium, he looked around the familiar studio, taking it all in. "Well," he began, his voice touched with nostalgia, "being here today reminds me of the incredible journey we've been on. Jeopardy! Has been more than a job. It's been a family, a passion, and a lifelong dream. Watching Ken carry on this legacy fills me with pride and happiness. To all of you, our fans, thank you for making this show what it is. Without you, we wouldn't be here. His brief words were simple yet heartfelt, capturing the essence of why Jeopardy has remained beloved by millions. Ken, visibly moved, thanked Harry again before escorting him back to his seat. As Ken returned to his podium, he paused, taking a deep breath to steady himself before resuming the game.